the South. Oh, winds and spirits of the South, we welcome you and we ask for blessings, blessings of abundance and blessings of good teaching and good stewardship for all those beings and creatures who don't know it's a new year, who don't count the days as we do, for whom every day is an eternity. Teach us to live in good balance. Teach us to live with harmony, all that sustains us and all that will sustain our children. Quarter turn to the right as we face the west. Though it is daytime now, the Milky Way always hangs over us. The Milky Way and all of its twinkling stars are indeed what forms us. We are someone else's twinkling star. Teach us, Holy One. Teach us the humility of knowing how ancient we are, how ancient the lessons are that form us and we pass along to new generations. Quarter turn to the right, where we face the north. Oh, winds of the north, we know you. We know that you will come for generation after generation. Teach us not to fear you, and not to fear challenge, not to fear hardship, not to fear struggle. Teach us to learn from these. That these are epiphanies, if we choose them to be. Allow us to welcome them just as we welcome all of these directions. These are, in fact, blessings if we allow them into our heart. Turn to face the center. Some of you may still be awaking your souls from New Year's Day. It can take a while. We're always awakening. We're always accepting new light. Our bodies right now are receiving protons and neutrinos from ancient stars. Stars that are impossible distances away. We are living epiphanies. Living gifts of light. How will we pass that on? To Mother Earth, to Father Sky, to all that is named and to all that is unnamed, we welcome you for this moment now and for all the nows to come. Blessed be and oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Breathe deeply, remain standing. First of all, Happy New Year! Happy New Year. Turn to someone around you, wish them a Happy New Year, let someone know you're glad they're here. Happy New Year! 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 And while we're at it, Happy Epiphany. Say it. Happy Epiphany. Got the little thing there just to get things going here. Takes a while. That's all right. Epiphany is all about discovery. It's all about discovering new things and discovering whatever might be that we didn't know was there. And that's what we're celebrating today. Now, we're starting with this star song, When You Wish Upon a Star, and we like this so much, we're going to sing it ourselves, and then the singers are going to sing it in a little bit. So we're just going to keep singing this all morning, actually. First day of the new year, and we do what we do every single Sunday, and so 2019 isn't going to be any different. We start by feeding hungry people. Let's put some money in those baskets, let's feed some hungry people, and sing this wonderful Disney song. When you wish upon a star, make makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do. Fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. So here's the thing, what we're going to be celebrating all today is stars. Imagine that. Stars. And what we're celebrating is that not only we are made of stardust, but just as stars light the way of the sailor, light the way of the person lost in the forest, stars, we are part that. And when we say, let your light shine, we're meaning be a star. Be what you're made of. Help light the way for some other person in whatever way you can. That's what the hunger baskets do. The hunger baskets will say to some hungry person somewhere, somebody cares. Somebody gives a damn about me. And you've just done that. And we will continue doing that. Let's sing that, When You Wish Upon a Star. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do. Breathe deeply. Oh yeah, you may be seated. Okay, kiddos, we're going to have to sit over here because we're going to move that table because we got Ann coming in to dance for us. That's what we got going. Welcome, if you will, Ann Ray.
It's not the waking, it's the rising. It is the grounding of a foot uncompromising. It's not forgoing of the light, it's not the opening of eyes. It's not the waking, it's the rising. It's not the shade, we should be past it. It's the light and it's the obstacle that casts it. It's the heat that drives the light. It's the fire it ignites. It's not the waking, it's the rising. It's not the song, it is the singing. It's the heaven of the human spirit ringing. It is the bringing of the line. It is the bearing of the rhyme. It's not the waking, it's the rising. And I could cry. Curtis could cry.
Stronger than me, straight into the face that tells you to rattle your chains if you love being free.
Lord, I could cry. 'Cause power is my love when my love reaches to me. James Brown cried power. See, gotta cry power. More than cry power.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. Can you do Jiminy Cricket voice?
Well, your heart is in your dreams.
Hi, how are you doing? My buddy. Thank you. Let's ring in the new year. Let's ring in the new year. Let's ring in the new year a possibility. Is this on? Is this working? Check. Is it working? Possibility. That's what New Year's are about. Unknown. That's what New Year's are about. What if? That's what New Year's are about. You thought you knew it all. That's what New Year's are about. You thought you'd done it all. That's what New Year's are about. Guess what? That's what New Year's is about. You just might. That's what New Year's are about. You can't go back to the beginning and start over. But you can start now and create a new ending. During this prayer time, you're invited to go to the Western Wall to pray with the folks there or share communion. It's a great way to start a new year. May we remember, Holy One, on this Epiphany Day, this Discovery Day, that we have within us many, many, many potential epiphanies. There's more to us than we will ever know. May we follow that star that leads to discovery of just how amazing this life is. I invite you to take a hand and balance the program if you're a newbie. You've been singing here for a while, you'll know this one. The last Sunday we'll be singing this for a while, for at least until next holiday season, but it's a wonderful one. Dream, dream, dream of the joyous day to come, while guardian angels without number watch you as you sweetly slumber. Dream, dream, dream of the joyous day to come. You may think you're a dreamer, but you're not the only one. We know that. And the good thing is that we can all dream. And what better way to start a new year than to dream of just what might be, of just what might be, of just what might be. It's an open book right now. It's an open book. Nothing's been written on the pages of 2019. But we can do that. We can do that, and we will do that. And when we finish with 2019, it will be what we have written. I invite us to come up with some good words. Let's sing it again. Dream, dream, dream of the joyous day to come, while guardian angels without number watch you as you sweetly slumber. Dream, dream, dream of the joyous day to come. Breathe deeply. Give those holy dreaming hands a squeeze. Oh yeah. So, we have, be right after this, Derek. You're right, there we go. So, a new thing that's happening this quarter, well, the new quarter starts next Sunday actually, but we're beginning it today, called an Epiphany Moment. So we're going to be having epiphanies all quarter long, all for the next quarter until the middle of March. And what they're all about is, if you've not noticed, there are new plaques designating different religions. There are 14 religions up there. Laura Billings, who studies One Spirit School, is going to be one of the leaders, Laura and Paula and Diane, introducing to us each Sunday a different religion. And so what we're going to have is epiphanies every Sunday. This is yet another religion, and Laura is here to at least get us started on what this whole journey is about. Welcome, if you will, Laura Billings.
Good morning. Here's to the Epiphany, or as one of my dear friends loves to say, the Epiphany. It's more fun to say it than it is to hear it, so I suggest you try it at least one time today. About 6 months ago, I composed my spiritual autobiography, and I learned that I am a spiritual mutt. I wonder what you would find out if you were to reflect, not to go into a recovery mode, but to remember, rediscover what it is that resonates within you. Words, songs, things that you've shared that, again, connect you with your true self. Perhaps you would consider that as we unveil facets of these different religions over the weeks to come. One other introductory note that I think is really helpful for this and that is the ancient folk tale of the blind man and the elephant. And hopefully you remember a semblance of this, but in particular, the blind man that ended up at the back of the elephant, he had an epiphany. He experienced the elephant as a rope. And he was right. Yet he wasn't completely right. And the blind man that ended up on the side of the elephant said, "Oh, this is a wall." And he was right. And yet he wasn't completely right. And the one that ended up in the front said, "Oh, this is a water hose." He spoke his truth based on his experience, and yet did he have the whole picture? Well, our work here, if you want to use that W word, is to remember what makes us whole, right? Not what divides us. So would you just put your hand on your heart and take this as our intention, not as experts about facts of these world religions, but to help us remember the love that makes us whole. The love that makes us whole. The love that makes us whole. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Laura. Give her a hand there. So every week, we're going to be looking at a different religion. Laura was telling me, by the way, we have 14 up there, and Laura said actually in the school where they're studying, they have named at least 400 different religions. So we're not going to do that, but we're going to have 10 at least and present them each Sunday. So it's going to be a fascinating Epiphany moment. And we have a New Year's surprise for us. We have the singers who are here and a New Year's gift who are going to sing the song we just sang. So welcome, if you will, the singers. Derek. Thank you, singers. Thank you, singers. Anna Reality is sitting right next to me. And she leaned over just as you finished and said, bunch of show-offs. You did a great job. And Jackie Dobrinska is back with us again. Yay!
Hello. So Jubilee is still in action. We had a crazy Christmas season, and we have lots coming up in the new year. And to tell you what's going on are amazing jubilants.
Good morning.
Good morning.
A new team for those of us who are 50 plus. You know who you are. We are wise owls because we bring our whole lives to the table. What programs would you like the OWL team to sponsor? We welcome your ideas, interests, and suggestions. To get to know each other, we're starting a daytime story circle. I'm sorry. Come to one or come to all 6. Info on the bulletin board. Look for the OWL or see me, Darcy. OWL, be around.
So I grew up over in Brevard, just about 30 minutes away from here. And when I was in first grade about 30 some odd years ago, they said, we're going to have an assembly and it's going to be a concert. And when you're in elementary school, anything to get out of normal class was so exciting. And I went to this concert. It was the first time I'd ever seen an adult playing music that was just silly and fun, and it was like a big sing-along, and it was great. And my mom was a substitute teacher who happened to be there, so I went and hit her up for $10 to get the cassette. And that musician was Howard Hanger. One of the first big influences on me. That's why it's such a treat for me to get to be part of this and be here today and doing what I do with the Jubilee Singers. So this is going to be our last season with this wonderful man right here, and I want it to be awesome. So these few missing gaps over here, please come and join in and sing with us, and we'll send this fella off just happy and smiling like he's always been. So this coming Wednesday, 7 o'clock.
Happy New Year, everybody. Does anybody here feel any or your heart may be hurting from a lack of trust or faith from your past legal stuff or a former partner, spouse, sibling, whatever? Please join me on Tuesdays in January, 4 in a row, where I'll help you shift from pain to peace. All the details are in the insert. Please join me, 6:30 here.
Last, 2018, I guess it was, anyway, last year, y'all helped make 300 hats for refugee kids, and Andra and I took them to Greece. We were there February, March, and April. They went crazy. The animal hats, I don't know if you remember the mountain of them on the altar. Well, you know the starfish principle? Well, you can't save all the starfish that are laying at the, by the shore, but you can save one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's a family that's homeless that have 2 children, 3 and 6, Zarina and Tamim, and we are trying to give them a room to stay in until he can get a job in Greece. So we're going to sell the crazy animal hats next Sunday. Come and help out a family. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Peggy with the Spiritual Journey team, and we are going to start the monthly gatherings in February, but later in January, we're doing our planning meeting, and if you would like to be a part of the planning team, I invite you to come. My name, phone number, and email address are on the wall under Spiritual Journey, and if you're interested in being a part of that, please send me an email or phone call. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Becca. I just wanted to let people know that I'm done collecting the medicine bottles for the time being. So that project's on hold until a later date. I am still making hats if anybody has any specific ones that they're wanting. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I'm the team leader for the Next Generation, which is a team for jubilants under 50, 20s to 40s, I'm sorry. And we're going to be going to brunch today over at Mojo Lounge after this service. Mojo's over there on College Street, and the address is actually in your insert, so we'd love to see you. Thanks.
You can't ding this. Vespers returns next week at 6.
A couple other things. The gender class, Living a Multifaceted Gender Identity, has been canceled. So if you're going to come to that, it's not going to be happening. And later this week on the 11th, join Jacqueline Hunt in a joyful and laughter-filled spiritual experience. There'll be jokes and sing-alongs and freeform dance and what she says, lots of natural feel-good chemicals. So that's on the 11th. It's in your insert. And then for the next 2 Sundays, we're going to be doing our prayer flags. You get to draw and write out your prayers. If you see they're not there right now, we blacken the color. So we'll put those back up, and we're also looking for volunteers to help hang and take photographs of those. And all of this stuff is on our website and Facebook page. Also, if you did a talent project and you haven't turned in your money, try to do that today or soon. So lots and lots and lots of Jubilee in action. And I'll get off the stage now.
That was rather dramatic, wasn't it now? Yeah, I like that a lot. Also, next quarter, we begin the Via Creativa. And our theme for the Via Creativa is you. Uncovering, unveiling, unearthing. Okay? So, what it's all about is digging up, discovering, finding what's behind the veil, what's under the ground, what's under our ground, that sort of thing. So, and a very new thing that we've never done before, we'll be reading, instead of from the Hebrew Christian scriptures, we're going to be reading from the Tao Te Ching. So, the Tao Te Ching will be our theme, our ancient scripture each Sunday. If you'd like to get a copy of the themes for each week, go pick up. I thought it was going to be August, but no. No, I don't know where we are now. Oh, yeah. All right. Laura Meyer is here to present a video for us. Laura, welcome Laura Meyer, if you will. All right.
Morning, Jubilee. This is actually going to be a video/song. The theme for this quarter has been about magic. And with all the name calling and divisiveness and that we've all been experiencing in our government and everywhere else, the us against them thing, it's a wonder we haven't all annihilated ourselves by now. Some kind of magic that it hasn't happened. So it's way past time to celebrate our diversity and really know and feel who we are and how we're all connected, how we're all one. We all came out of the same original DNA, crawling out of the slime, as Howard would say, or from the evolution of the monkey in Africa, or Adam's rib, or bottom line is we're all from the stars. And so the theme for today is wondering about who we are. And we play so many different roles. And as Laura was pointing out, religion, race, none of that stuff matters. It really doesn't matter at all. So the song in the video that we're about to do is another song from India Ree. I did one of her songs, Break the Shell, back in June. And it really captures the celebratory spirit of oneness. She's a neo-soul genre song singer, songwriter. She's wonderful. And this song will drive home everything that Laura was talking about. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. So without further ado, if Mark and Bob can hit the video, and Daniel and the band will be here with me in the background. You're welcome to join in the chorus. It's pretty easy and catchy. Please feel free. Enjoy. billions live their lives. They're Muhammad, Christian, Buddha, all the way. Still some believe it's right to say in the name of Jesus when you pray. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Some say God's a him. Still many believe that he's a her. Does God live in our hearts? Or is she somewhere out there in the universe? We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. How far will we have to go before we learn the lesson? Gandhi was a Hindu, Martin Luther King a Christian. Regardless of religion, they knew love was the mission. And it all comes down to one. Is there no God at all? Or a pantheon of gods up in the sky? We can heal our broken hearts if we give up the desire to be right. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and we all want the same thing: health, love, prosperity, and peace. Tolerance is the seed, and the gift of pure acceptance is the tree. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Whether you're red, brown, yellow, black, or white, a man with a husband or a woman with a wife, we can debate until the end of time who's wrong or who is right, or we can see ourselves as one. Cause it all comes down to love. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. If anybody's really interested, India Rhea is going to be playing playing an in-person concert in Nashville in March. I will be there.
All right. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you for the video. Thank you for opening us up to a new image there. All comes down to one. Thank you. I invite you to hear these ancient words. Arise, shine. Your light has come. The glory of the Lord is risen upon you. Darkness shall cover the earth, thick darkness. But the Lord will rise upon you, and your glory will appear over you. Arise, shine. Your light has come. The glory of the Lord is risen on you. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem asking, "Where is the child who has been born, King of the Jews? We have observed his star in the east and its rising and have come to pay him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and all Jerusalem with him, and calling together all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. They told him, "In Bethlehem, for so has been written by the prophet." Then Herod secretly called for the wise men and returned from them and learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. Then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go, search diligently for the child, and when you found him, bring me word so that I may come and pay him homage." When they had heard the king, they set out, and there ahead of them went the star that they had seen at its rising until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. And on entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother, and they knelt down and paid him homage. Then opening their treasure chest, they offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they left for their own country by another road. Arise, shine. Your light has come. The glory of the Lord has risen on you. Sing the greatest song, stand on a star, blaze a trail of love. Let the rivers run, let all dreamers wake the nations. Come, the new Jerusalem, let's stand and sing a song of peace. Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me life. Those around you. Take hold of my hand, that I might understand you. Won't you please, oh, won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me life, keep me free from birth, give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. Take hold of my hand, that I
touch and reach you with heart and soul.
Breathe deeply. Peace be with you. Oh, yeah. Yes, peace be with you. Ask Jackie. Yeah, she knows. Yeah. You may be seated. Amen. Good to see you. Good to see you. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? I want to know, do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? We all like to think we know who we are, our gender, our age, our name. We like to think. Can we bump it up a little, bump up the sound here? Yeah. Here we go. Let's try it again. We all like to think that we know who we are, our gender, our age, our name. We like to think how we're different from the others. Identity we can claim. The color of our hair, our height, our weight, what we think is funny or stupid. We know how we feel when we find a good friend or get shot in the heart by a Cupid. But what if there's more to us that we don't know, doesn't come to us right away? What if there are magical, astounding things that don't appear on our resume? What if there are things that Mama didn't tell us, even things that Mama didn't know? What if there were talents floating within us, even when we were an embryo? Some people say we're made of the stars, the fire, the dust, the twinkling. And maybe our souls still long for those stars, the connection, the union, the mingling. Maybe the infinite is more who we are, more than time, more than place. Maybe we know we're not trapped by the moment, but actually whirling through space. Do you believe in magic? 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 What if we're more than a body and brain? More than our bones and our skin? What if there's more to this whole spirit thing? Spirit without and within. Maybe there's more than just birth and death, though it might seem a bit odd. But do you think that's what maybe it means to be made in the image of God? God, we are told, cannot be known, cannot be pegged or tied down. Always moving, fully alive, more a verb than a noun. So what if along with the blood in our veins, there's a spirit moving within us? A spirit creative and verdant and lively, a spirit resplendent with richness. What if we are more godlike than we've ever been told, more joined to the vast than the finite? What if more than age or gender or name, we are far more related to starlight? I know it sounds woo-woo, and maybe it is, but wouldn't it then be tragic if we lived out our lives without ever knowing we're mostly mystery and magic? Wouldn't it be tragic if we lived out our lives without knowing that we're mostly mystery and magic? Mostly mystery and magic. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in yourself? In other words, do you believe in magic? Do you believe in possibility? Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? One more time. Do you believe in magic? Give yourselves a hand. All right. You're so much fun to play with. Oh, yeah. The original lullaby was written in 1806 by Jane Taylor. We think it was James's great-great-great-great-great-grandmother. That's what we think. So, but we're going to sing all the verses of this lullaby. Usually we just sing one, but we're going to sing them all through this. So let's get it going. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Did you know every star you see in the night sky is brighter than our sun? Did you know that most stars are 75% hydrogen and 25% helium? You can't nail them down. You can't nail them down. They are hydrogen and helium. They are gases. Did you know that every day approximately 275 million new stars are formed in the universe? Every day. Every day. Did you know that stars don't actually twinkle? It appears that way as their light filters through Earth's atmosphere. So we're part of the twinkling. We're part of the twinkling. We what gives stars their twinkle. All of them. All of them. When this blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle through the night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you... Arise, shine, for your light has come. The glory of the Lord is risen upon you. Without denying anything that we know scientifically about stars, how would it change your life if you walked into a night full of stars and imagined them as God's glory shining on you? As God's glory shining on you. You know, you can imagine anything you want. You can imagine any damn thing you want. What if you imagine these night stars as God's glory shining on? How would that change the way you sleep? How would that change the way you spent your money? How would that change the way you treated the stranger on the street? How would it change the way you treated yourself? Here is God's glory. No matter how dark the night, no matter how dark the night, God's glory is shining on you. Do you believe in magic? And without denying anything we know scientifically about the sun, our closest star, how would it change your life if you watched a sunrise and imagined God's glory is now shining on you? God's glory is now shining on you. And you say, oh, Howard, that's a bunch of religious rubbish. But you can imagine anything you want. And it doesn't have to be classed as any religion. God's glory, the glory of the infinite, shining on you. How would that change the way you lived? You see, the scriptures are up to their ecclesiastical eyeballs in metaphor. That's their wisdom. That's their ingenuity. That's the way they get inside you. That's the way, like the hokey pokey, that they turn your life around. That's what it's all about. Scriptures give reason and logic a nod, and then head directly to that childlike wonder where anything is possible. Arise, arise, shine. Your light has come. Your light has come. The glory of the Lord is risen on you. Yes, this piece, written about Jerusalem, is written about the people. You, me. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark. He could not see where to go if you did not twinkle so. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Then the traveler in the dark, thanks you for your tiny spark. Thanks you for your tiny spark. Thanks you for your tiny spark. We're in our 30th year of being a light, a spark. Just a spark. But that spark has lit the way for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and has blessed this earth, and has called this earth sacred, and said, yes, we must treat this earth as what it is, holy ground. Holy ground. It's where we walk. It's where all creatures walk. And Jubilee, you have been there for the creatures, for the earth, for all of this time. How many things we are, how many roles we play. On a given day, you can be a walker, a breather, a urinator, and a defecator. You can be a toothbrusher, a face washer, a hairbrusher, a body dresser, a phone answerer, and a shoe tire, all before breakfast. How many things can you be? Following your role as breakfast eater, you can be an internet surfer. You can be a car driver, a radio player, or a singer along with a radio player. A rude and reckless driver, flipper offer. A nose picker, a phone caller, a latecomer at work. All these you can be. You're capable of this. And with all these roles in process, simultaneously you can be a worrier, a dreamer, a fantasizer, a fidgeter, a forgetter, a formulator, a flirter, a fumbler, and a farter. You can do all this. Imagine what other abilities you have. Imagine just what you might be able to do. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. It's more than a line from a children's song. It might be some of the holiest things that you can ask yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror as you brush those teeth. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. How I wonder what you are. And as far as we know, it could be what that tree or that sunrise or that page in your daily planner may be saying as it looks at you. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. It's very clear we can be many things. It wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea to spend a bit of time each day wondering what we are and what we might be. In the dark blue sky you keep, and often through my curtains peep, for you never shut your eye till the sun is in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Don't you find it interesting that in the Jesus story, the wise men, the wise ones followed a star. A star. Followed a star. Followed a freaking star. A star in the heavens, believing it would lead them to someone important. By the way, are you aware in the Bible there is no mention of how many wise ones there were? We call them 3. Doesn't say. It could have been 30. Could have been a wise men retreat. Boys' night out. I don't know. Who knows? But try to open you up to new awarenesses, new theological awareness of. But isn't it fascinating that whoever wrote this story, however this story evolved, it featured wise people, following a star to discover something they would never have discovered otherwise. And that we call Epiphany. Who are you? Asked the caterpillar, unfolding its many arms and taking the hookah from its mouth. I don't know, replied Alice. I knew who I was when I woke up this morning, but I must have changed several times since then. Who are you? You little stars? Twinkle, twinkle, little stars, how I wonder what you are. What in the hell you are? How I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. What you are. Arise, shine. The glory of God is risen on you. How I wonder what you are. Arise, shine. What are you doing sitting around just picking your nose? Arise, shine. The glory of the Lord has risen on you. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are and what you might do in this world. Wise ones follow the stars. As your bright and tiny spark lights the traveler in the dark, though I know not what you are, twinkle, twinkle, little star, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Let's get the bowls going around. As the bowls are going around, Tim, where is Tim? Tim. Not Tim? Not Tim. Ron. Silly me. Oh, well, there we go. We're in the sandwich board. All right. Ron Katz, give him a welcome here. Yeah, right.
Some of you may remember a couple of years ago, I wore this to try to introduce the new social justice team. That team started off with about 50 to 60 people. It is now more than 130 jubilants that are part of our social justice team. 2018 was an extraordinary and challenging year, but the social justice team was involved in a variety of ways to address these issues, from working to support immigrants in our community, one who was in a sanctuary at the Unitarian Universalist Church. We were promoting and supporting the Affordable Care Act and opposing a farm bill that ultimately was defeated in Congress. We held a labor Sabbath in the fall to honor and support low-wage workers in hopes to eventually increase the minimum wage in North Carolina to $15 per hour. And we registered, educated, and turned out voters throughout our area that resulted in a greater than 60% turnout for Buncombe County, and much more. If you are interested in seeing what we did the last 6 months and even back further, we have copies of our semi-annual reports to the Jubilee community on our bulletin board in the hospitality room. And that leads to other ways you can be educated about and involved in a social justice issue of your choice. Our bulletin board includes a way to sign up to receive our bi-monthly e-newsletter, announcements of important events, and an important fact for each of the 14 social justice issues jubilants identified more than 2 years ago that we try to address. These facts are changed at the beginning of each month. And speaking of upcoming events, there are a number coming up, including the Martin Luther King Jr. prayer breakfast on Saturday, January 19th, the Women's March on Sunday, January 20th, a free statewide one-day conference in Raleigh on January 31st to prepare for the census, a lecture from Brian Stevenson, director of the Equal Justice Initiative out of Montgomery, Alabama in late April, and an amazing concert on June 1st titled the Defiant Requiem. Members of our team are involved in the planning or attending all of these. Finally, and maybe most importantly, our team and Jubilee are connected to and partnering with a number of other faith communities, nonprofits, and community leaders to address social justice issues. We welcome people who have an interest on whatever level you want to participate. Feel free to call on me or co-team leader Elizabeth Likas from the choir, or any of our issue group leads. I'll be in the hospitality room after this celebration. Thank you for all you have done to make this team a reality.
Oh, yeah. And thank you, Ron Katz, for doing all you have done. You know, it's kind of interesting. You know, Ron Katz was one of the directors at United Way for many years. And he retired from that, but he's still doing it. He's still doing it. He is uniting us for good in our community. Thank you, Ron Katz. Let's give him a hand. Yes, right. Yes. Yeah. Let's stand and dedicate our gifts.
We are here. We are here for all of us. We are here for all of us. That's why we are here. Why we are here. We are here for all of us. That's why we are here. Why we are here. We are here.
Let's hold hands in a circle, send ourselves out into this new year. I invite you to ask yourself again and again, how I wonder what you are. And I invite you to twinkle, 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 and give it all the light you got. It's how we change the world. Last time we'll be singing this song for a while. Send the night wind to the little lamb. Do you hear what I hear? Singing to the night little lamb. Do you hear what I hear? A song high up in the trees with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ready to get funky. Okay. I was waiting for it.